The next panel, we're going to bring up Matt Kesselman, the current president of WUVA News, and he is going to bring forward some of his student leaders this year. They have some brief presentations about what their plans are at the new facility, and they'll, after their presentations, they're going to take some questions too. Matt, great to have you here.
Thank you. Well, this is crazy. So if you guys can come up real quick. It's very loud up here when you hear yourself. I've never done one of these before, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. Oh, right, that part. That makes more sense. That sounds better.
If only you were a radio guy.
Liz is coming. Yeah, no, Liz, yeah. Liz, you come up. Okay, so I'll walk through the panelists real quick. Wait, what was, Gordon, where's Gordon? All right, Gordon is coming. So I'll introduce our people. So that's Gordon, he's our business manager. Hello everyone. Gordon Bailey, this is Allegra Zamore, she's our sports director. Mekenzye Schwab, executive producer, so she does a lot of our video content. I'm Matthew Kesselman, I'm the president. This is, right here. Is that better? We're all good?
I know.
Okay, this is Liz Brown-Kaiser. She's currently social media director. We'll probably be doing writing next year. And then, like I said, Gordon Bailey, business manager. So we want to keep it fast-paced and fun for you because I want you to get to the studios and check it out because that's really the coolest part of this whole thing. So I guess I'll just say some introductions about what's going on and what's happening because I know that our identity is probably mystery to you, right? Coming from radio, and what are we doing now? What's going on? So basically, we're a 21st century multimedia news organization. We focus on online digital content, and my entire focus for the last probably 2 years now has been trying to figure out how to make that happen in a way that's productive. And thanks to all the work David did, and a different student who made our website, Kyle, is somewhere here, we now have the tools to really create a very valuable and incredible operation. So what we've been doing is find the form we need to do that. We've been experimenting with writing and video for the last couple of years with WUVAonline.com, like they were referring to in the last panel that became the students' interest. But now we're really taking off, and we have the equipment to do real stories, and we're working with a lot of tools to increase our audience and capture what people want to see. Do you guys want to do a quick soundbite on that point?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll start. As the social media director, and a lot of you guys know that students get their news from social media. Sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But for my job, we're focusing on getting more students, more professors, alumni to use WUVA as a news source, and a great way to do that is via Facebook, LinkedIn, which Ed was just speaking about, but if you guys haven't added WUVA News to your LinkedIn profile, be sure to do it because it's a brand new feature we've got going. We'd love to connect with you. But this has been a really interesting thing to experiment with, outlet to experiment with, because Facebook has a lot of great analytics tools to target specific people, to get people to read read and watch the great content we're producing. So be sure to look out for our social media pages because they've got awesome stuff on there.
Great, so again, my name is Gordon Bailey, and I think this has been iterated many times throughout the lunch today, but students are in the position to where they can really do whatever they want to do. And so I think Ed just mentioned that given the demand of videography, we're now going to be getting 2 new Sony cameras. And so I think it speaks to the fact that students have such a great opportunity here, and they're thoroughly impressed with the studio, and I'm sure everyone's going to be impressed with the studio after we go over there. But it's a really, really exciting opportunity, and it's great for me as overlooking all of this from the financial side and from the equipment side. But it's very, very exciting, and I'm thrilled that you guys are here.
Yep, here's Mekenzye.
So like we said, I'm the executive producer, so I'm in charge of all of the video, and to me that's what makes UVA stand out in comparison to all the other media organizations on grounds. We are capable of and have been producing high quality video content. We we've talked about it a ton, but we just got a bunch of new cameras. So I think what's so unique about WVA and why we are so great is because all of the people that are interested in journalism and going into broadcasting are getting practical, real-life experience. I'm completely confident coming out of here that you can get a job in the industry and succeed. So as far as my role in that, I really just assign the story. So I have my video team leaders. Are we going into that?
I might later.
Okay, then I'm gonna end my sentence right there. But yeah, that's what I think is what's really looking up for WVA right now, is that we're in a completely unique situation and we're the place to come if you want to produce your own content and video content.
And I'm Allegra. I'm dealing mostly with the sports side of things, and definitely have a really young and new department this year. We're kind of trying to get everybody to dip their toes a little bit into just the incredible athletics that UVA has to offer. Our football team slowly, as of last night, getting better week by week. So it's definitely my goal to just kind of have people have that opportunity to sit in a press box, because that's where I first fell in love with sports and sports journalism. And so I think it's really important for me to just make sure people are having the opportunity to get in that football press box, get in the basketball press box, and be meeting the media folks that are there, because they have incredible things to offer for our students just from a learning standpoint. To shadow and see how that all operates is a really cool thing to see. And so UVA again has such great opportunities for all of that, and I look forward to seeing where we can go with that.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I just want to emphasize to all of you the amazing point we are at right now, because it is a starting point. This is the beginning of a new journey. And I'm just so grateful that I got to be here at this point. I mean, I just want to highlight the work that was done in previous years. My predecessor, Kaylee Lines, she helped work with Kyle to establish our new website. She worked with David to determine that we need to sell the station. So it's at this point in our history where I feel like the past and future are meeting in between. And I'm just so grateful I got to be here. I'm a third year also, so hopefully I'm going to run for re-election. Hopefully I win. It'd be a little awkward if I don't. But it's just a really fantastic and exciting time. And I think you're going to see that at the studios. And if you haven't already, just talk to a student member about what they're doing, and if they're just starting out, what they want to do and what the potential they see is. And if you're a student, talk to an alumni member. Find out a little bit about our history and the legacy that they created and the opportunity they made for us that made today possible. So I'm just going to do questions, because I really just want to talk more at the studios and show you what's going on. But if any of you have any questions about what we're doing, I can answer your question a little more. I was asked about non-journalism majors, about what their role in WVA is and why join it. I'm not intending to be a journalist, right? I'm mostly focusing, I'm in the commerce school, the business school at UVA, and I'm really focused on how to manage our people and get them to be productive and enjoy their experience and do really good work. But I'm also just a lot of fun to make this content. It's really difficult to make video content, but when you execute a story right and you produce it well and it looks good, it's a fantastic feeling. So if anyone has any questions or thoughts from students or alumni.
Tell them about the company that's producing the
Sure.
and how you connected to them.
Yeah, so we have a really exciting project coming up that Richard just reminded me about. So I don't know if you've seen it, and we're working on outreach and improving our marketing so people make sure they come to our website and it's their homepage. But we produced a video of the Vigil Night. Me, a student named Ryan, who wasn't able to be here today, and Sam Barloff, who had to leave. But it was a really fantastic 6-minute piece. I'd recommend you all watch it if you haven't seen it. And basically I highlight the activities that happened after August 11th and 12th. If I'm getting the dates right, that happened on the lawn with the vigil. And so people from the bicentennial side and the creative director of the bicentennial approached us, and they're using our footage during the bicentennial celebration. So WUVA News is getting a credit during the bicentennial presentation. And we're now going to make a mini, probably 5 to 7 minute, maybe 4 to 7 minute documentary on the production and the design of the bicentennial. So it's opportunities like this that are emerging. We're still getting new recruits as well. People came yesterday because they've heard about this opportunity. They've heard the name WUVA for the first time. If this was a second year and then a third year also joined. They've been hearing the name for the first time in their entire life of being at UVA, and they didn't realize this opportunity existed. So I think that it's just exponential growth as people keep learning and keep producing and keep working. It's going to get better and better. I hope you all enjoy it and enjoy what you see. And again, come to the studios, they're fantastic. But any other questions? Yeah.
The question is, how do we get the word out? And coming from the hinterlands, I am not around a group of people talking about the University of Virginia. It's ASU and the Brown-Kaiser School of Journalism that I hear mostly about. They're not doing what you're doing online. All the TV anchors came from ASU's journalism department. And I was wondering, the comment was made that the alumni office can't be used to propagate our word, that they're limited at every 5 years it might come in, sort of thing. But it occurred to me in October 7th, we're having an alumni gathering in Phoenix. What's wrong with going to the heads of the alumni clubs around the country, telling them about what you're doing, and ask them to put on social media so that the alumni clubs around the country are spreading the word among UVA alumni about who we are and what's going on here. And that way you can bypass the problems that are created through the bureaucracy of the Alumni Association to go directly to these people who have the local people have a list of the alumni people participating, right?
Yes, I can address that, Bill. Let me just say this. Very good question. I don't mean that the Alumni Interest Group can only help us every 5 years. In a big way for something like this, yes, every 5 years. But with the UVA alumni clubs around America, they are looking for members of those clubs, and they would probably enjoy hearing from you with that club in Phoenix area. And great question, because if any of our alumni are in any city, big or small, there is probably, maybe not too far away if you're in a small town, but right in a big city, alumni club. And alumni clubs are looking for people, they're looking for speakers, presentations, and for someone who can make a presentation and tell them what WUVA News is now doing, a little bit of history and plus accomplishments and what they're doing now. I would say alumni clubs would really enjoy that. I was in the DC Alumni Club for a couple of years when I was back up there on some duty, and they really enjoyed hearing from me what WVA was all about for me and things like that. So yes, the alumni clubs, we can work directly with any UVA club. They're on the web page, or you can call Alumni Hall. How do I get in touch with the UVA Alumni Club in St. Louis? They will tell you how to do that. And you call the president, come say, hey, can I talk to you? There's some exciting things we've learned about that are going on the ground with this organization. And we can, 5, 10, 15 minutes, I'd like to speak to you. You can join and be part of or just visit the alumni clubs at any time. And they are looking for great news like this to share to their alumni.
Like the clubs also send out things to their membership.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
might be able to, like in New York, who's very media centric, you might be able to get them to send out an occasionally reading clip,
Yes.
and say, look what's going on.
Yes, most alumni clubs have their own website, their own webmaster. They're looking for things to post up there, university news, activities here, and that can be spread throughout the UVA alumni club structure, nationwide, worldwide actually, and that will help consolidate the brand, which is social media links, things like that, social media links, yes, to help build this brand back up.
Mike, let the students respond.
I'll talk a little about this and then let Liz talk about it, but we're working on a lot of strategies in order to increase awareness of the WVA brand. Us, that started in social media advertising on Facebook primarily, but that's a great suggestion. Sammy Rapport is our alumni relations director, and she's working on a lot of projects that you'll probably hear about soon, where she's trying to get you to bring talks to our people. But we are always looking to expand our audience, and as our content gets better and more consistent, I'm very excited to show it off to the alumni, and I will have her push her to contact those alumni groups. Do you want to add anything to that, Liz?
Well, I see Sammy's hand in the back. So, Sammy, did you want to add something? No.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sammy. I just wanted to say that we also, Ed and I have been talking about this a lot, we are also going to look into working with alumni for our content specifically, not just marketing and that sort of thing. A lot of our alumni in WUVA and at UVA in general are doing fantastic things, and so we are definitely trying to kind of set the stage for doing stories on our alumni. So we're going to be probably reaching out to you guys if you guys have any ideas for that. But yeah, Ed, do you have anything to say?
No, I think that we do our own stories, but most media organizations take contributions from other people and identify them as such, and I think you can do that from professors, but I think you could do it from alums. The alums are really doing a lot of interesting stuff, whether in media or other businesses. So if you have any ideas about how we can get alums to contribute, you could be interviewed, they could shoot their own video, or they could just do a piece without video. But I think that would help us with promotion, but it also help the site. And so that's sort of,
Yeah.
I hope to have your ideas on that.
Yeah, and we very much want to hear from you. We want more interaction than there has been in previous years. We want this WUVA to be as much as it was yours when you were here. So I really just want to thank everyone again for coming. And I just want to say that, 2 years ago I was a scared first year. I had been in the state of Virginia for 3 days, probably for my entire life. And I was wandering around the activities fair, and I got a piece of candy, and I joined WUVA. And the people there were great, but there wasn't a focus. And now, because of what's happened over the last 2 years, there's a focus and there's a mission and there's a purpose for our students. And it's just, I'm so happy I got to be here at this time. So does anyone else have any questions?
How do you get to the students?
Yeah, so I was going to end with that. So if there's no questions,
Give us directions.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. So a lot of the students are going to be heading there anyways, but I'll just specify it. So you walk down, if you remember where Gooch Dillard is, you walk down that road, past the stadium, you go past the stadium, and then there's one street that goes like this, past that one, and then there's a park. You go forward. Gordon is going to describe how to get there.
Okay, so if you've taken a car, then you can, get out onto the main road. If you're just going to walk, same directions apply. But you're gonna essentially walk over or drive over. You're going to pass a stadium. You're going to keep going, and then you're going to hit a four-way stop. At the four-way stop, you're going to keep going straight. And I don't know if you know this building, but there's a Jefferson Scholar building, which is where the UVA Jefferson Scholarship students get to study. But essentially, you're going to keep going along this curve, and you're going to then pass, on your right, it's going to be a gas station.
Can anybody use street names here?
It's 2205 Fontaine Avenue. It's called Colonnade Plaza. But essentially, what you want to do is you're going to, should I just stop, or?
All right. Suite 301.
Anybody remember where Fry Springs is? That's where you're going. Okay? Remember how to get to Fry Springs? Okay. Now, the bypass has never been built. It's the old Route 29 heading for Sweetbriar. Does that ring any bells? So when you turn right at Fry Springs, you think you're on the road to Amherst. Actually, you're a block away from where you're going. It's heading down what is now called Fontaine Avenue. It used to be 29, it used to be, what the hell they called it in those days, but wasn't somebody directing us back in front of the McCormick Road dorms and then down again? I thought I was here in two sets of directions, that's why But Alderman Road becomes Maury Avenue, and when you get to the stoplight, turn right, is that correct? Yes. Alderman Road becomes Zamore Avenue, and when you get to the stoplight, turn right.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay.
If it's helpful when you have someone standing like on that road and going like this.
Okay,
And then you'll know where to go.
We can do that. It's also Suite 301.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank the board.
Explain where they park.
In the back.
Okay.
In the
Yeah,
back.
In the back. Park in the back. Yeah, sure. Okay. Follow a student ideally. If you can't, it's not too complicated. 2205 Fontaine Avenue, Suite 301.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's thank the student panel here. Thank you.